Hey, I don't know if anybody's here because I have not signed on to my YouTube page to see the chat, but if you are, welcome. It's a little bit impromptu. Just decided I wanted to go live and talk a little bit. My week is over because I have a wedding that we're going to on Saturday, and we have the rehearsal dinner and everything tomorrow. So I managed to shove everything into 4 days, so I have a little bit of extra time right now. All right, here we are. All right, looks like some people are coming in. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, because you'll actually get notified when this goes live. Hopefully some of you guys have already done that, because I'm planning on doing some of these more often, especially as you come into Q4, just because my time is going to be harder to structure certain things. But when I have an extra 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, I enjoy doing these. So it's a good way to interact with all you guys, answer some questions quickly, and give you guys probably a little bit more detailed feedback than what I can do in the group sometimes. Talk about the chat. Hey, what's going on, Michael? What's up, Ruben? Hugo. Do me a favor, if you guys can you guys share this on Facebook for me? Just because I don't feel like opening up Facebook right now. Hey, what's up, Teresa? I am not only doing merch for Q4, so we are on Merch by Amazon, we're on Etsy, we are on Spreadshirt, Teespring, Redbubble, Cafe Press. There's another one out there that we're on too that I can't remember off the top of my head. We're doing a little bit of everything. Give me 1 second. Let me share this in my group. Bear with me. My computer is being stupid. And then start putting some questions in the chats, guys, so we can start going over some stuff. Like, what do you want to know? I know Teresa was saying she wanted to go over some Etsy stuff. So specifics are always better than generalities, but we can go over a little bit of everything. All right. That's done. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Ray? And sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at that thing you sent me earlier. I'm kind of slammed right now. That probably isn't going to happen until Sunday. Anas. Bro, like, when are you going to change that YouTube thumbnail? You've got hair in that YouTube thumbnail. Like, nobody recognizes you. Or is that the master plan? Kid. I don't know how long this chat. It's going to kind of be however long I feel like going. Kristen's sick. I have to pick on you, Anas. That's my job. Michael Webster asks, what do you think about Etsy's push for free shipping, and are you doing that? We're testing it out. So we run multiple Etsy shops. We have 4. Currently, only 2 of them are kind of really up and running. The rest of them we're trying to get ready and up to go before Black Friday. So we're testing it. So one shop we're running free shipping. The other one we're running shipping in. I think that Etsy is promoting it for a reason. I think that they believe that it increases conversions. I'm not sure that it necessarily improves like search rankings by just turning it on. I think what they are kind of hinting at is because you are going to get more sales because of free shipping, according to them, then you're naturally going to rank better in organic search. So I think that's kind of what's going on. Teresa, Etsy. I have a general store and a brand niche store. Have you changed any of your Etsy listings with their new SEO changes in September? Yeah, actually, we're in the middle of doing some of that, and I'm just testing everything right now. I don't have anything really firm. In fact, I was reaching out to a buddy of mine that does a lot of stuff on Etsy and was just like, do you know anybody that is really like dialed in for Etsy SEO right now that is kind of the expert? And as far as I know, and as far as he knew, there isn't like that person out there that is like the resource that really has it down. So I'm kind of trying to do a lot of testing, especially with the new analytics stuff that they rolled out. It's in beta, so not everybody may have it, but hopefully we're going to start to get a lot more information. Okay, Ligma asks, how much competition is regarded as too much competition in a niche? It's such a a dependent question. I don't personally think that competition should be something that you're scared of, right? Because if there's a lot of competition in a niche, that means there's probably a lot of demand. That's why there's a lot of shirts there. It's a matter of standing out within that niche. So if you're going to compete in a niche that has a ton of competition, you better do something that's really good, first of all, and you better do something that's very different. It's the only way it's going to happen. If you're making things that are like an improvement, which we've kind of really tried to drill into your guys' heads, that I don't think it's a good way to do merch right now. 2 years ago, you could get away with it. You could do pretty well with it. Now it's all about originality. It's all about creativity, and it's all about making things that are really, really great designs. Blake, Merch Campus. Hey, Matt, you close your Etsy shop in December. Shipping times get very long. So here's the thing. Vacation mode for Etsy, and I know this from personal experience because of the debacle we had with Printful. We put our shop on vacation mode for about a month. It took probably a good 4 weeks and a lot of money on ad spend to get our shop to start spinning up and to start really doing well again. It's not something I would actually recommend. So I think what your job needs to be is you need to over communicate with any of those customers. You need to have your shipping times clearly labeled. Whenever an order comes in, you need to have an email ready to go that tells them like what the prospective shipping times are, what the cutoff dates are. And if it's past the cutoff date, you need to let them know that this is going to be the kind of thing that, you're going to have to either cancel their order or they're going to have to roll the dice. Now, a way around that, if you're using Printful, is you can unsync your orders on the back end. So to make sure that it doesn't go into automatic fulfillment. So just unsync the stuff, or you can disconnect your credit card and then it won't get charged right away. And then that way you can give the option to the customer if they want to roll the dice, but just over communicate. You're going to have to. I wouldn't put your shop in vacation mode, because what ends up happening is it really hurts it in organic search, like your listings, because you're not competing with everybody else and other people are going to start to take over those spots. It's not something I recommend. What's up, RJ? I'm on a hangout if you want to come on. Why are there two RJ Martinez's? What troll is doing that? Teresa's asking, are we going to do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale on our Etsy shops? Yes, and yes, might as well. Black Friday probably won't convert quite as well. Most people are out in real life shopping on Black Friday. Cyber Monday, for sure, we will be running a sale. Tim says Etsy's been better than merch this week. Etsy's been really good for us this entire month. How would you list sports-related shirts and still be safe? Would mentioning the city or state's name is okay? I would. So I'm just going to assume, based on your conversation, that you're talking about how would you do a sports shirt for, say, Pittsburgh football, right? My advice would be not to do that on merch. Do it someplace else. It's too close to the line. And let's be honest about it. Like, the reason that shirt is probably selling is not because like somebody from Pittsburgh likes your random football shirt. It's because somebody sees your Pittsburgh football shirt and they think that it's connected to the Steelers. 1 second. RJ says he wants to come hang out with us, so I'm going to add him in. All right. Which is better, general store or niche? They both can work. I know people that have massive sales on some general stores, and I know people that do very, very well with the niche store. Personally, I prefer the niche store. I think it's easier to connect with an audience. Your conversion rate is going to be much better in a niche store, because when they leave your listing to look at other items in your shop, they're all going to tie in. It's all going to be stuff that they're looking for. So you have a better chance of capturing the sale. Maybe they don't buy the listing that they click through on your shop, but they see something else that they like in your shop and the related items, and they buy there. Mr. Bjorn asks, are you using VAs? Yes. I have one who is kind of a multi-purpose VA. She's more of an administrative assistant. She does a lot of stuff for us. And then I have a couple of designers/illustrators. And Ruben, yes, please hit that like button, guys. And like I said, for people that are just coming on the channel, if you have not subscribed before, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We're going to be doing a lot more of these like lives, impromptu things. If you want to make sure that you get a notification, if you hit that bell every time you come on, every time I come on, I'm sorry, you'll get a notification. Yeah, Teresa says I like the idea of unsyncing certification mode. Hey, what's going on, Jody? Yeah, kid, they're tearing people up like crazy. So the rules that we all started with no longer apply. I understand why Amazon's doing it. Like, I understand the incentives. I think it's actually a negative for most content creators that they get tiered up so quickly. I think playing the game and having to really figure out the system was beneficial for most of us. Jody, I haven't talked about that. When's the best time to up prices on merch for the holidays? I would consider start doing that right around probably Black Friday. According to what merch said, so part of the reason we upped our prices last year was we didn't want to get stuck with our pants down when merch froze and not be able to edit prices. And plus, it's a higher demand period. More people are shopping. They're less price sensitive. So they're going to spend a little bit more money and not care. So according to the message, it doesn't look like they're going to be freezing us the same way. They're just going to be stretching out delivery times and hoping to control it that way, basically telling the customer it's going to take 8-9 days, whatever, to get your shirt. So we're not going to have a problem with deliveries. But I think that I would definitely start increasing prices probably around Black Friday and just test it. Like, if you're going to be able to edit prices, you can test that. You can see how your shirt is doing. And if you continue to raise the prices, it continues to sell. Just keep doing it.
Thunder Thursday?
Yes to all of those, Teresa's. We have a Facebook page, Instagram account. We're just starting to build out our social profile on our main store, but the plan is to have that for all of it. The goal is for us to build a brand. We want to make sure that we are no longer dependent on organic reach on any site that we're on. I want to be able to drive traffic to wherever we're at. So we are building a legit brand. Like, it's going to be something that, we have fans, we have followers, we're spending money on this. We're going to spend a lot of money on this, probably. It's going to be one of the most significant investments in our business. Brenda, we raised prices above $19.99 on a number of shirts last year. They sold just fine. Again, it depends on the niche, how much competition there is. But, I was selling like Christmas shirts on the premium, and this is when we could say premium back in the day. But I was selling them for like $25, $26.99, and I sold a decent amount of them. So it was, real nice $11 royalty. RJ, can you talk?
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, God.
You're on mute.
Am I? I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear you. I have no idea what my return percentage is, Teresa. I don't really track it. It's kind of out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't change the copy in my shirts to try and prevent it. So it's just not something I really focus on. This is going to be a bad place to do trademark and infringing stuff. I think I do a pretty decent example of that in the intro videos on my channel, though, Kid Good. You should watch those. Tim, I will share my brand with you at some point down the road. Not yet.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yo.
you're still silent. Okay. RJ, you make enough money to buy a decent computer. Come on, bro.
Now let me reset my.
Oh, apparently everybody can hear you but me. That's interesting.
You got me muted.
Well, shit.
Mute me.
Oh, I know what the problem is. I got it. 1 second.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good night, good Thursday.
All right, I can hear you.
Thursday Thunder, the first episode of Thursday Thunder.
Microphone.
If you guys haven't liked the video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. We got 51 people watching. I've give one thumbs up. It went to 18 just right now. And the first episode of Thursday Thunder.
I stole that from Andy Frisella, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. And if you're not listening to the motherfucking CEO podcast, the MF CEO podcast on iTunes, you are missing out. Don't listen to it with your kids. Or if you do listen to it with your kids, make sure that your kids have earmuffs on. But that is legit. Let me throw my headphones on.
Okay.
So we get feedback.
I'm telling you, we need to get. We need to do. One of us need to get our own. Do our own headphone thing, like our headphones. Get our own brand going with that, or get someone to actually sponsor us because we have so many. We're doing so many lives a week, man. It only makes sense for us to get like a little sponsorship for headphones. I'm just saying.
I can work on that.
That'd be good. That's a smart move. I wear my headphones every day to the gym, and it's the same exact ones. These bad boys don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, you totally fucked us right there.
Don't touch any buttons, RJ. What's up? What's up?
All right. San Diego conference. So me and RJ have been talking about that. And one of the things that we both think is the conference model is great. However, I think that there's only so many things that you can talk about. And I think that the real value in a lot of these conferences, quite honestly, instead of the speakers, is in the ability to network. It's the ability to go out and meet people that can, work with you in your business. So we're kind of trying to come up with a more like a different idea in terms of just your normal conference. We'll figure it out, but it's something that we are working on.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, going back and forth, because sometimes a conference can be a little bit overwhelming, but we don't want it to be like that because we don't want you guys to learn so many things at once. I think it's better just to, I don't know, we just like focus on like one niche, and see what happens, I think that's very important. So we can learn something. We don't want to fucking learn like 40 things at once and forget everything but one thing.
Well, I want it to be value too. That's the thing, right? Like I want it to be something where when you guys are coming down, we're not going to make money on this, right? Like literally like whatever we charge for whatever we're doing is going to go just into whatever our costs are. So I want to make sure you guys are getting value because it's not cheap. For us to put it on, to get a space, everything else, it's not going to be cheap. So I need to make sure that you guys are going to walk away from this and go, it was worth it for me to come down there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what you got going on?
I don't know. Swear words are fine on Pop Sockets Ligma. Same with like weed, that kind of stuff. You're good. What was up with that emoji thing earlier, RJ? Did I miss that?
I don't even know what that was. I'm not even sure. Tim.
We got enough people on here. I'm surprised there's not more questions coming in.
Yeah.
They're generally like flooding in.
55 people.
Yeah. Do me a favor, if you guys can share this for us and let us know, that'd be great. What's in copyright and trademark? Okay, so Anas, you know the answer to this, but the difference between a copyright and a trademark, RJ. So trademark is something that you file to protect your brand, so protect your intellectual property, something that you spent a lot of money and time to develop. A copyright is something that is protecting intellectual property. So copyright is going to cover like song lyrics, pictures, images, TV shows, movies, all of that stuff. So just because something isn't trademarked doesn't mean that you're good to use it on merch. Like if it's something that is infringing on somebody's intellectual property, somebody's copyright, then you can get in just as much trouble. What do you look VA's design to consider it a good design? That's super subjective. How do you want to put that in words, RJ? What's a good design?
A design that takes up the whole shirt on merch, basically.
That's actually a good basic call. I think that what I'm looking for when my designers are designing, is you need to have good typography, good font choices, not have more than 2 fonts, not have weird layout, not have weird colors. If it's an image, like it needs to be a well-made image. It can't just be some weird scrawl, even though that shit sells sometimes. But personally, I don't like it, so we don't do it.
Like I have a basic design that's making sales right now, just all white, and text, and then it has one illustration, and they're just all white, all plain as fuck, plain simple, and it makes sales, and it beats all my other shirts. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys got to remember too, like the audience, like for shirts, it's like they're older. I mean, it's not older, but they're stuck in the 90s still, in the 80s still. Like you guys got to know that.
That depends. Like, I think that like something that we kind of ignored to our own detriment for a long time, kid shirts on Amazon, especially now that you have more sizes for kid shirts, like that's a huge market. Being able to sell to like 2 and 3, those 2 and 3 sizes, there is not a lot of sizing out there for kid shirts other than like you have to go to Target and there's only a limited selection, right?
Yeah.
And before on Amazon, it was really hard because we have friends that have kids right in that demographic, and they'd always get pissed because there's like, we can't find any cute shirts for our little boy. There's tons of stuff for girls, but for little boys, there's not a lot. So now that you have that sizing, there's a huge opportunity there.
Yeah, most of my audience too are for our kid shirts too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Blake. The WKRP Cincinnati. It's so weird that came back. What is the best way to pick keywords for merch, RJ?
Just very basic, man. You guys, don't make it so hard on yourselves. Just go up there and use the search. You can use a merch informer, of course. Like there's like you know how many times we said this? Like we said this probably like 100 times. But
we have a different audience all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You literally like somebody could be coming on and watch this for the first time.
Yeah. That's what I was saying on the last show last week. But yeah, for the first time, okay. My bad. Sorry about that. I think
RJ's a dick, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to blast him in chat.
I'm not.
You always get thumbs down.
Just use Amazon, and like if you go in there, like in that niche or niche, go in there and look at the keywords, like see what's sticking out. Like if you see multiple listings using that same keyword, there's a reason why they're using that keyword. You know what I mean? And then of course, like one of the little tactics too is just I never really talked about it too much, but I do it a lot. Is going in the reviews. You kind of just kept that to ourselves. Going in the reviews and see like who the audience, like if they left, like they bought it for a gift for like a grandson or something like that. I see a lot of people leaving reviews like I bought this for my grandson as a gift. You know what I mean? Using that keyword gift, and then you can put like grandson in the bullet points. It's like stuff like that you can easily figure out because it's actually a verified customer that purchased it and left a review.
Right.
I do that all the time. We do that all the time with any type of research, Etsy research. Merch by Amazon research. Like you can look at the little stuff that sticks out and points out to you, but the keywords you can use like the search bar. You can use another listing. Don't steal all their keywords. Like don't copy it. Just like nitpick. Like I don't know. Just
pretty
much it.
Exactly. Have you used AMS on pop sockets, RJ?
It's actually a really I've been using one. I've been using it for one only, and it's been making sales. And I haven't ran into any other ones, but it's been making sales consistently. All the signs of increasing it, like increasing like the ad spend, the bid it's all there for sure. Right. So it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. In your Etsy listing description, what information are you putting there besides what's brought over from Printful?
You just basically. Me and Matt kind of went over this, kind of talked to him a little bit about it because you want to kind of rank it better on Google. Your Etsy shirt. You just kind of like you put 2 sentences together, and whatever with the niche and like the shirt design, throw it in there. Make 2 sentences, and just throw it in the description, and it'll kind of help it rank better on Google.
Yeah, I personally don't use any of the verbiage from Printful because I don't think it helps sell the shirt. I talk about what the shirt is like. I talk about the sizing and specifics, those kind of things. But nobody cares. It's like ring spun cotton. Nobody knows what that is. So we have our own description templates that we have that are for all of the different items. Put some time into it. Think about, like, as a customer, what are you looking to buy? And then, like RJ said at the very top of the description, have a phrase that describes the shirt, different from what your title is, that includes some of the keywords from the title and the tags.
Yeah. Like, honestly, so the research and the keywords it's fun, man. You guys got to have fun with it. It's one of the most important things. So have fun with it. Like, if you guys have fun with it, I guarantee you your sales will increase. Like, if you're pissed off about doing keyword research and just research in general, you're not going to be successful. But if you're having fun doing it and enjoying it, you're going to win. It's like
I had seriously. So like, I guess it's kind of a good segue. We were finishing up the research project tonight. I was talking to RJ back and forth while I was working on it, and I just dropped in just a shitload of Christmas links, all on Etsy. Like, it's all Etsy stuff, so it's very different stuff, and a lot of it is Etsy specific. So if you're doing Etsy and you're going to have a shop that's going to have Christmas designs, there's a lot of that stuff on there. But I was like 20 minutes into it, and I had a smile from ear to ear because it was like, there's an idea, there's an idea, there's an idea. I can take this and I can do this. I can do this. I can take this and I can move it over to merch because I can see how I can change some things on it that's going to make it more applicable to the merch audience, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just once you get into the groove and you understand, like, it's all about finding ideas and finding commonalities, right? Like finding things that stand out and you see across multiple different listings. So, for example, for Christmas, you guys should start thinking about doing sets of shirts. Don't just do like one design. Do a shirt for grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, whatever, right? Because when the family comes over, they like to wear all these matching shirts. That stuff sells.
It's like a pajama outfit. You know what I mean? Right there.
Exactly.
You guys said right. There's a keyword right there, pajama. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a matching pajama. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It just like literally, if Matt didn't say that, like we would have never thought about that keyword. So you got to actually communicate with each other too. Find a buddy or something like that, and just communicate and just kind of go over ideas. That's a very big thing.
Off constantly all day long. Like, and you got to be. Here's the thing too, and this is part of the reason why why we want to do something different. Like, I'm telling you right now, the biggest reason both RJ and I have been really successful with this is because very early on, we decided to be just completely open and transparent about what we were doing. Like, constantly, like, hey, check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Don't get me wrong, guys. There's times I'm like, do I send it to this motherfucker because he's going to copy my design? But then you don't worry about it, because if you send it to him and he copies it, it comes up with another idea. It doesn't hurt for him to make $200 and I make $200. And then the next thing you know, we're just.
Yeah. And it's not about copying either, right? Yeah. Like, so I think people look at that the wrong way too, right? Like, so you show a design to somebody and they copy it and they knock it off, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That was a really cheap way to find out that person was an asshole and move them out of your life and move them out of your circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's not that much risk. I think people need to be a little bit more open about what they're doing. Where did that go?
Anaz over here volunteering himself to find someone helpful in the community and send them messages. So Anaz is opening himself to free messages. If you guys have any questions.
Every time. Do you use ads on Etsy?
Yes. I don't see why you wouldn't. With any platform, if there's ads available, test it. That's what it's about.
It's the exact same as AMS. There's a lot of parallels there in the sense that if you're going to advertise your stuff, you better make sure your stuff is good and better make sure it stands out, because if it's not and it's good enough to get a click but not good enough to get a sale, you're going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure. It's ads are fun, man. They're pretty fun. Like, once you start getting results, they're pretty fun. Well, always start low. Don't go crazy with them. You know what I mean? Because you're going to lose money. Of course you will.
RJ says that after he lost his ass with Facebook ads. So just be prepared. Ads might not be fun for you. Like, and I'm joking around a little bit, but like, I'm serious. If you're not prepared to lose money, like, then I think you should reconsider if you're willing to spend money on ads, because you're going to lose money when you start out.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty crazy. So be careful.
If you could go back 6 months, what's one thing you would have done differently with MBA merch?
I think honestly, just understanding a design better. I think once you start just understanding design better, because once you look at like the top selling design, it's like telling you everything. Like, if you go and look at a top selling design, don't be like, okay, I'm going to make this design. It's going to make me a lot of sales. No, understand why it's making a lot of sales and then go from there. Because if you understand why it's making a lot of sales, like that why, like I always talk about the why too as well. If you understand why it's making a lot of sales, then build off of that and just keep on getting smarter and growing. And that's one of the most important things, I think.
If you want to have a better idea about why things are making sales, go watch the interview that we did with Jose and Ruben earlier this week. Jose goes into that, and I think it's really, really valuable. It's really every time that guy speaks, like I perk up and I listen, because he drops things that like I just go back and I listen to again and again and again to try and understand what he's thinking about.
Yeah, he works for a big company, right? He works for a really big company.
He works for designs. Yeah, I mean, he designs for Star Wars. He designs for Marvel. He designs for all kinds of things. And he's been doing it for over 20 years. Like, the guy knows his stuff. How do you make sure you're not infringing on a copyright? No, there is not a website that you can search, but guess what? There's this really cool machine. It's called the Google machine. And if you take whatever that design is and you look at it and you go, why is this thing selling on merch? I don't understand it. And you put in whatever the title is, you'll probably find out why it's selling.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's another thing. Just search it. It's not gonna hurt. It's like sometimes we mind fuck ourselves, right? And it's like just that extra little 2 seconds, literally.
Every time, man. Like I'll see a dumb shirt selling on merch, and I'm like, this makes no sense. Why is this selling? And then I'll Google it, or I'll Google whatever the phrase is, or whatever dashes are in between the phrase. Like here's a great tip to avoid copyright. If you see a design on merch that's selling that has a bunch of dashes in the title, it's copyright because they're trying to get past the filter.
I found was it Winnie the Pooh Gucci?
Winnie the Pooh Gucci.
God. I was like, damn, what the hell? How'd this get through? I was laughing. I was like, man, although this is a badass shirt though.
It was a dope shirt. It was a really cool design, just wrong freaking platform.
Yeah.
Tony's asking, do we ever do an over-the-shoulder video of us doing research and listing? I don't think I did one with listing. I think we've done a couple of research ones. The listing one I did on, it was like the first video I ever did, the one that RJ kept bugging me about. It's still basically the same way that I list on merch right now. Are you just asking for like more like live examples of what we would do for keywords and listings, Tony? If you can clarify that down below. Teresa wants to know, is it just me or is it taking higher cost per click to start with a sponsored ad for AMS than it did the last time we had AMS? Yes, it is. And it's really simple. There's more competition. There's a lot more competition. There's a lot more people that don't understand how the platform works or how to do ads. So they're spending more money.
There's a good question for you.
What's that?
Any thoughts on you answer that one?
I don't see it. Which one?
Any thoughts on design for dollar services? Have you used them or thinking about using their services?
I've not used them. I like Duncan, so I'm not going to say anything that's like bad or anything. I haven't used them. I don't know anybody that has used them. That they, for whatever reason, some of their people like to spam in our group, and it pisses me off.
We'll leave the period right there.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Any thought? Okay.
I think we skipped some questions. Scroll up a little bit.
Okay. I'm not sure where you're at.
Any websites to get free vectors or subscription that you guys recommend to minimize time in design?
I forgot the name of it.
You
spend like a certain, I think it's like $10 a month. I forgot what it is.
Vexels? I think Vexels is $10 a month.
Something like that.
Yeah. Do you know of any POD platform that will integrate on Shopify, preferably that also does customer service? Customer service is the key word there. No. You're going to be responsible for the customer service, first of all, unless you're saying like that you can actually interact with. Nobody's going to actually outsource the customer service for you. You're going to have to do all of that stuff yourself.
Yeah, or just even get a VA for that. If you're doing crazy like that where you can't do customer service, I still do customer service right now.
Here's the thing. And this is the way that I believe in like any business, right? Like this is universal. Before you outsource something, okay, before you turn it over to somebody else, you better understand the process. You better understand how to do it. You better understand how to do it better than the person that you're going to hire. So if you suck at customer service, you should do it for a while to get better at it, to understand it. You should read about it. You should do research on it. The same thing, obviously, like with designing, right? Like if you're going to outsource designing, you should understand what a good design is before you just hire somebody out there and go, hey, design for me. Yeah. Spend some time, do some stuff.
Take about a week and research it.
Yep.
On Etsy, the first 160 characters of the description, ranks, and Google make them count. Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda knows her shit.
I know. I've been watching her. She was in the chat last time.
Yeah, Brenda knows her shit.
We need to get her on.
Different between merch and Etsy audience. Primary difference, the Amazon audience tends to be less sophisticated. They tend to want things that are a little bit, how do I want to put this? A little bit, not more basic, but The design quality, I think, is not quite as good. They also tend to want things that are more cartoony. I don't think that the Etsy audience resonates quite as well with like some of the illustrated designs and other things. They do to a certain extent for kids shirts, but a lot of the stuff that you see selling really well on Amazon is like these illustrated shirts. The Etsy stuff tends to be simpler.
With that right there, Matt, he knows a lot more about that than I do. But from what I'm seeing, it's just yeah, Etsy stuff seems to be a lot simpler. I'm just like so confused still. I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense, but it does make sense when you think about it. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Your stuff better look pretty too. Your stuff better look pretty. Because you're selling to women, and you're selling to women that have money and probably have a little bit more time on their hands. They're willing to spend more for a quality product. So you better make sure that your stuff looks really good. You better make sure your stuff stands out in search.
Yeah, and stay on, like, that's another thing too. Like, I had a customer today message me saying that her shirt's not there, and she lives in Canada, and I messaged her back and said it should be there any day, and she messaged me back. She said, "I'm sorry, when I got to my front door, it was there." And their customers are pretty needy on there too on Etsy. So if you're not communicating with them, they'll leave you a bad review. I have 2 bad reviews so far, but I have 148 good reviews.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you nominated yourself, Anas. I don't know why you're telling them to find somebody else. Anas says just find someone helpful in the community and send them messages. Jody says, what about merch mentors? That could be a unique conference idea. I think the biggest thing is we're trying to escape the idea of a conference. Want to do something completely different.
Kind of like almost like a workshop almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We're kind of going back and forth on it.
Maybe like a little half and half. Like that'd be cool. Just, you know what I mean? Just like, even we're still trying to figure it out, and we're figuring out right now with you guys live. So I think even just like a half and half workshop, like people because there's people that go there and they don't understand it, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how would you feel like if you brought your store or Etsy store or merch account to us and showed us like what am I doing wrong, and we can actually help you and guide you in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is I want to build like foundational stuff, right? Like, so yeah. I don't want to talk just like specific, like this is how you do an Etsy listing, because that's not going to give value to everybody there. There's going to be people that understand that already. Like foundational stuff is like brand, marketing, advertising, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, right? The people that can help you with things that you can apply to any business. I think that's more useful, because at the end of the day, and this is something that we've been talking about a lot, I think that the object for all of you people that are watching us, right, that really want to take your business to the next level, is you have to start thinking about how are you going to build a brand, and how are you going to take your business off of Amazon onto another platform and build a brand there. Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to control the factors that help you grow. And organic search on Amazon is not something you can control.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So for sure, I think that's another thing too. Like we're leveraging, basically what we're doing is leveraging Merch by Amazon to actually grow into other areas and like multiple streams of income. But the main goal is to build your brand. That's a very important thing.
Yeah. Teresa says, I've had a merch buddy since June of last year. He's now my best friend. We bounce ideas off all the time and give honest feedback to others' designs too. Yeah, I mean, like I show designs to RJ all the time. Same with him. Like, what do you think of this? And then like he'll give me pointers, or I'll give him pointers about things I think that like you can improve or change.
Yeah. What do you think about Merch Dojo? Or what do you recommend Merch Dojo?
I mean, we took Merch Dojo, but I never actually watched any of the videos, so it's hard for me to recommend it. I took it for a different reason. I think there's value there. Like, it depends on where you are in your merch journey, right? Like, if you're starting from the very beginning and you want to have like an A to Z on how to do every single step for merch, that's kind of the way that it's structured. If you are a little bit more advanced, it may not have the value in it that you are looking for. Like, if you're and you want to take your business to the next level, I don't think it's necessarily structured for that. But it's good. Like, the content is really good. I've watched some of it. I just haven't watched all of it.
Nick, running sales on Etsy has been a big help for me, especially with the ones to people who favored your items. Yeah, Nick's pretty cool. We need to get him on too as well. What's up, Nick? What's going on, man?
Did you see that you can run those for free now?
What? The
favorited sales. So the coupon for people that have favorited your items, you can run those for free for the rest of the year. If you haven't turned those on, you should go turn them on, because Etsy is paying for those.
You mean like the emails, right? The retargeting emails, right?
for favorites.
But also on Etsy, if someone favorites it and then you have a sale, it will send them a notification that your favorited item is now on sale. So they'll go back to your listing too.
Right. That's a reason too why you shouldn't run a sale all the time. Like you should toggle it on or off because you'll get notifications to people that favorited your items that the item is now on sale.
I'm gonna go check that. I think I already have it on.
Yeah, the Google machine is the same as Google, Eric. It's on the inner tubes. God damn it.
Uh-oh.
Ruben wants you to talk dirty to him.
This guy.
No, you don't, Ruben.
We can do some listing critiques again, Jody. I think, well, so I guess this is a good opportunity to talk about this. One of the shows that we want to start doing consistently, and I think we're going to try and do it Fridays, right, RJ? Wasn't that what we were talking about?
We do other shows on Wednesdays, and then whatever day you want to do, whatever days you think.
I think Friday's good for you because it'll keep you out of trouble. So Fridays we're talking about doing like an average Joe merch show. Where we bring on somebody that is not like tier 6K, somebody that is in tier 500, tier 1000, tier 2000, whatever, right? And we go over a design, we go over a listing together, and we just tear everything down, figure out what's going on with their business, figure out what we can do to help them to take their business to the next level. So we're going to start doing that show every single week. We're going to have kind of a rotating cast of characters. Myself, RJ, Young has agreed to come on the show, and so is Matt Carlett. So we want to kind of make it fun, show different faces, show different opinions, and give you guys, because we all have different ways of doing things. But this will help you guys, I think, at the lower levels. Sometimes you guys see guys that are, tier 26K, and you're like, well, I'm at tier 25. How does that help me?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I think it's just it'll be a good show all around, like, because I don't know, like new people coming on and just helping everybody out and stuff, and we're just gonna grow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a coaching call too, as well, like kind of almost like a coaching call too as well.
It's gonna be like a live coaching call basically.
Yeah.
Orbikit.
So you can. What about Orbikit? I've made sales with it. I've been making sales with it.
Same thing. You get what you put out of it.
Yeah.
Free Pick was the other one.
Yeah. That was the one.
Gear launch equivalent. I know Custom Cat also integrates with Shopify, Josh. I know a lot of people use them for that stuff, for like apparel stuff with Shopify.
There's a monthly fee for that one too, though.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do if AMS ads are not getting impressions?
There's a couple of things that you can really look at. First of all, if the listing is like you got to check the listing. That's one of the most important things. And then like if your bid is like up there in like the competition, of course. But I think if your bid, like your bid, what are you doing? Like there's a couple of things I have to ask you. Like you have to tell us, like, are you doing automatic or like what are you doing wrong? I have to look at the ad.
Yeah, I mean, I think so if you're doing an automatic campaign, and you're not getting impressions to the ad, first off, there's a delay from when you started. It doesn't happen instantaneously. So there can be up to a 72-hour delay for reporting. The other part of it is too, if you're not getting impressions on an automatic ad, it's probably because your bid is too low for whatever the niche that you're in. Your ad's not being shown. So that's what an impression is. An impression is that your ad has been shown to somebody that's shopping on Amazon.
That was a good move, though. You said do it on Friday so I don't go out.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's real good. I like that. It's true.
Yeah. As Jose says, Ruben says, merch is Walmart, Etsy is Target. Yeah, I think that's mostly true. I think actually Etsy's probably a little higher end than Target. But yeah, I think that's mostly true.
Yeah.
What does your shirt say?
Oh.
What does your shirt say?
Support your local Mexican. What's up, Pops? Come here. Buddy Matt. He knows you. He knows you now.
Well, Matthew,
Hey,
what's cracking?
just trying to have some fun.
All right, good. Thank you for motivating my grandson.
Oh no, thank him, man. Like he motivates me. It works both ways.
Well, yeah, there you go. Two-way street.
Two-way street.
Exactly.
You guys have fun.
All right, Paul.
Brenda says she's not going to come on and do an interview. She's not a front of the camera type person.
All right, then we'll keep you in the chat, and then we'll kind of keep you like you'll control the chat. Might as well make her an admin. If you keep on coming on the way you are, put you like an admin in the chat if you don't mind.
Yeah, you can just punk people.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can kick them.
Exactly. Good comment from Brenda. Mockups are king on Etsy. They want a boutique experience. Yep. And there's a difference in quality of mockups. You should spend some time on that.
We need to get her in. She's pretty. She knows what she's doing, huh?
She does.
We need to talk to her more.
Yeah. So Jody said she had a bad experience with PrintTech integration. Yeah, I haven't used PrintTech. I don't know. I know that a lot of people were talking about them, but I haven't touched them.
I'm just so confused on that because we're at the thing. There was some guy talking about. He was talking about selling the course and talking about Jesus at the same time. I was like, if you don't get this fucking guy out of here, he's pissing me off. Like for real, he was talking about, yeah, and I love my dog and this. I was like, whose team is this guy part of? Like I didn't care if what's his name, Brett or whatever his name was. Like I didn't even care if this guy was like a millionaire or whatever he did or whatever the fuck he did. But this guy, other person that he was with, was trying to sell a course, but he was talking about Jesus and this is his niche and all this stuff. And I'm just like, out of everything you could have possibly talked about, you want to bring in Jesus and try to sell a $2,500 or $5,000 course. I was like, I'm out of here, dude.
Works for Creflo Dollar.
Oh god.
How we got a plane. Just saying. Yeah, Teresa. I mean, so Anthony's thing was a little different in the sense that like it was anything. So it went with FBA stuff, merch, and I think they were doing something else too. I don't remember what it was, but I don't know. I mean, that was a high ticket item. Like that was a $3,000 a person. So I think they only had like 12 or 13 people there. We want to have more people in the space, but not have it be overwhelming. I don't want to have 500 people there and try and do a networking thing. Yes, Eric Anosnes does need mentoring for trolling. He sucks at it.
He also needs friends. So you don't have that many friends. So go ahead and message him. He's probably you're probably looking at his phone or computer right now, like, man, these guys. Trying to figure out where you're at. Troller. Yeah. Okay, I see right now.
Yeah. Yeah, abandoned cart coupons are free till the end of the year also.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I have abandoned coupons. And what was the other one you were talking about?
Favorited. So when somebody favorites your item,
it'll
send them a coupon with for the items they favorited.
Okay, where do I go for that? And is it in the settings? The marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
When starting Etsy, what's the best print-on-demand fulfillment company to go with?
Go with Printful because it's right. The layout on them is like so much easier, so much like user friendly. I would definitely go with Printful.
It depends on what you want.
It does depend on what you want. So it depends on what you're going to carry in your store.
It also depends on what level of customer service you want to give.
I think
how much money you want to make.
Yeah, I mean, I think that RJ's right though. I think Printful is probably the right spot to start. Hey, our problems are not everybody's problems.
I know, but I thought I was gonna like murder everybody at Printful by the end.
I get it. I understand. Their customer service is better than freaking Printify's. So
we don't need Printify's customer service.
I agree. I'm just saying when you're starting out, you don't know shit. Like,
I know.
It's probably the best spot to start.
Because they'll give you videos and stuff and all, but there's a few other ones too though that are pretty good. As long as they have like the videos and stuff and you guys get understanding, all the videos are out there for the print on demand services. Like you just got to follow them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a different level of like, how do I want to put this? Easiness, I guess, would be like to get everything connected, set up, and ready to go. I think Printful's the easiest one to set up, but you pay for it. Like it's their prices are expensive. So. But their print quality is really good. Like they do a really good job on the printing side. Their customer service, I think, is probably better than any other POD, just in terms of, even though we had our frustrations with their customer service and we had problems with them, at least you can get a hold of people, which is not always the case on other PODs. Like we used Printora when we started out because they had some items that we really liked, and we had issues like, I'm talking within the first 3 orders, and you could never get a hold of somebody. It was like 24 hours minimum for somebody to respond. And then it was like by email, and then you'd respond. They wouldn't respond back. It was fucking horrible.
That was on, you're doing like a certain product though too, right?
We were actually doing everything through Printora. So we had a whole shop set up with Printora for a couple of different things, and we had to shut it down because they couldn't fulfill it.
Yeah, okay. Yo. So yeah, we got 51 people watching. If you guys haven't given the video a thumbs up, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. And then down below, we'll have the research that we have done. Me and Matt have actually done for the month of October, and we just released it literally about an hour ago. So if you guys haven't purchased that, it's only $10. We do so much for the community, and we just a weekly thing for us. We put out videos every week, and yeah.
I think it's I don't know. There were some things on the Christmas research I was like, should I put this here, or should I just keep it for myself? I might regret that. But
I did that too, because I found like a few niches, and I was like, dude, there's only 2 shirts in here, and there's like both of them have been making sales. And then I look at it just to make sure that it's like, okay, this person hasn't purchased it for an event. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like something very like sub niche, and I was like, this is like a very general shirt. And I put it up, and it's actually I made a design for it on the 25th, and it made a sale today. So that's pretty like something like that. You know what I mean? Like the niche, like the niche only has like 4 or 5 shirts up. The competition is low, and then it just makes it sell.
Some more people bashing print tech, so that's good to know, because I was actually kind of interested in their stuff. So it was one of the things I regretted about missing from the Seattle conference, is because Chris was going to give me an opportunity to talk to them one-on-one, but
they're all over Dion. They're all over as soon as, and then she's like, no, like I don't know you guys. Right. I already know, because I know Dion, like she's killing it. She's killing it, but she's just like, RJ, I'm hanging out with you because I don't want to be around a lot of fake people. All right. I'm like, yeah, okay. What makes you think I'm real? I barely met you. But she started laughing. She got a free drink. The bartender gave her a free drink. I was watching her, and she smiled at him, and then she's like, I was like, she didn't give him a ticket, like a ticket, because we're getting free drinks. She didn't even give him a ticket. She just gave her the beer. And I was like, hey, man, I've seen that. Because she's a girl, you know? These damn girls getting free drinks.
Plus Dion can talk.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we actually made it down to the bottom almost. Who are you choosing to be regular Joe? Merchant reviews. Yeah, Adam, your idea was actually the one that gave me the idea for it. So Adam's like, how are you choosing to be regular Joe? Merchant reviews, people not in super high tiers, etc. P.S. I suggest that idea in the Facebook group and suggested apps for video suggestions. God, I can't talk tonight. Adam, I mean, we can use you. I have the first person I want to do it with already. I already reached out to him. But I think what we'll probably do is create an email sign-up form on the Merch News website, the newsletter website.
Yeah.
Have you submit it through that, along with like your listing details, everything else, and then we'll just kind of go through it and pick people out.
Yeah. That's another thing though too. Like that's actually a really good idea. A little sign up thing. And we could kind of just like generate it to where we can just pick someone random every single week.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand that. Like if you're a newbie or something like that, and we help you out, like everybody's like, oh, he's going to create more competition. But if you're a newbie and we help you out, give you that one like tip, and all of a sudden it just grows your business, it's going to help us out too in the long run. If you think about it, we showed you how to grow, you know what I mean? Like appreciate that. And it's going to come back to us, and we're just going to grow together. And we're all going to.
There are so many different ways to win in this world. Like there just are. And I mean, I don't know, like every person that I've helped with merch that was actually serious, that implemented the things that I told them, has had success. And that's the other thing, guys. Like we're going to tell you things, and you may not like what you hear, and you need to be prepared for that, because it's not going to be like, oh, you're great, you're awesome. I don't understand why you're not selling. It's going to be like, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, and you need to start doing this, and you need to implement it, because if you don't start doing that consistently, you're not going to get sales.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big thing too. So we grow together. When we grow together, it's not like I don't know. People throw out one design, like, you think this is good, and I'm just like, how many designs do you have up though? And it's like, oh, 20. I'm like, that's why. You got to put the designs out there.
For sure.
Out there, there's a great concept. Matt helped me in June. 41 sales in May, 352 in October. No Halloween shirts.
Yeah, that's Steve Costney in the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know him. He's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Teresa, Jay and Dion's Etsy course is legit. I mean, like I said, it was so good that I literally had my VA, our main VA, take the whole damn course because she's helping us with our Etsy shop. Oh, pro tip too, if you guys want a better shot of being on that Average Joe show, just help out in the group. Make sure that we know your name. You'll have a much better chance of standing out when we're going over all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Adam Young, I'd love to participate. Eric Wood needs to get in there. Fucker. Give you a shout out, dog. There's your shout out, Eric Wood. What's up, man? He got some good comebacks, though. They're pretty funny.
Eric's generally pretty funny. Sometimes he gets a little silly, but Eric's generally pretty funny.
Well, he'll be a good person to have on the show too.
If we have Eric on the show, Burke Tufanda will drive off a bridge. Some people might be happy about because Burke pisses people off, but I like Burke.
Never really talked to him.
The Raiders are playing tonight. Is the game over already?
I was too busy trying to get all this stuff done. Like I knew they were playing, but I didn't get a chance, so I didn't even watch it.
They
got their ass whooped.
Jay D'Souza and Dion have an Etsy course called the Etsy Crash Course. I have a video in my channel. If you go look through the videos where I interviewed them. Side note, that video does not have near enough views. We talked about their course at the very end. The rest of that entire video is us just literally talking about Etsy. It's mostly Dion talking about Etsy because it's hard to get a word in edgewise when she gets going, but it's so good. Like I went back and I actually watched it a couple days later. Like Dion is like legit. She crushes. You should take in everything that she's talking about because you can apply it across multiple platforms. Yeah, I think it's called Etsy Success with Dion and Jay D'Souza.
Yeah, she kills it, and she's smart about. I already knew when she was at the conference when she was gonna go up there just go speak. And I told her, I was like, well, as soon as you go up there and go speak, right, because you killed it, and you just like your presence just takes over the whole stage. And she killed it, and I was like, everybody's gonna be kissing your ass. And sure enough, as soon as she got off that thing, oh, I didn't know you talk like that. I didn't know you knew that much. And this,
right.
That's normal though. That's supposed to happen because how fucking smart she is.
I'm looking forward to that is one thing I'm looking forward to for San Diego because I'm gonna try and make sure that both Jay and Dion make that one.
No, Jay already told me. He was like, yeah, I'm coming for sure, man. Because I can't believe I missed the Seattle one.
It was just because it was too close to the vacation he already had planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they Jay and Dion have a Facebook group too. It's an Etsy group. I don't remember the name of it.
We got to get them both on too. We get them both on at the same time on the show too. That'll be good for them.
Yeah.
They'll boost it.
I was thinking about today too that BJ DeLong, we need to get him on too. I talked to him already. He's ready to go. So that'd be a good one to talk about like design, like because he's a professional illustrator. Like he actually teaches illustration at college.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
RJ has a crush.
She's married. He's good. She's also in Canada. I don't think RJ's like lives in like Banning, which is super hot. I don't think RJ can handle snow.
Nah, I was supposed to go hang out with the girl right now. Whoops. No, I'm supposed to go to bed.
Yeah.
The other girl don't know.
Let's take like one or two more questions, guys, and I think that we're going to sign off. I think, let's see, next week. You want to try and do that show next Friday?
What's yeah, for sure. No, for sure. We'll get that one out.
Okay.
What is Friday? Oh, Young's supposed to be over here in town.
Young's gonna be here Sunday.
Sunday? I thought it was Friday.
Or maybe he's coming in Friday. We're meeting up Sunday.
Okay. And then there's you tell me something about another dinner too on Saturday night. I'm not sure if you're down.
I'm gonna be at a wedding, so I'll be in Malibu.
Okay. Dang.
I know we're gonna be in the booth.
Hanging out with all the gangsters.
Any more questions, guys?
This is a good one.
Yeah, it's always good like this.
Thank you, Brenda, for
yeah. Thank you for everything, Brenda.
Yeah. Appreciate it. All right. I think that's it right there. On Wednesday, I'm not sure who we're gonna have on the show. We haven't even thought about that. Some guys, honestly, we do a lot of things last minute.
Most things.
We'll pick a person to come on the show. I don't know, maybe Sunday.
Right, Jody. Yeah, you can message me on the side, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Okay, we're good. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night.
No.